Well, hey, everybody, I'm Tim, and welcome to Cigars Daily Live, coming to you from sunny Phoenix, Arizona, with an episode that I have been waiting for a long time. And hopefully you guys are going to get the excitement that I've been storing up inside my soul to spew out across the internet to you tonight. Because tonight we are... What is it? What was the title?
We don't have one today.
We do not have a theme?
That's what you forgot.
Where did the theme
We are
go?
non-themed tonight.
Dude, I promise you, I uploaded the theme to this episode.
We were
I know that it's not there.
Everything that you're like, yep, I think I did everything right. I think today's going to be great.
I was like, I didn't forget anything about this show before the episode. All right, there it is now. Because tonight we are exclusive revival. Crap, no, it didn't work. It's an exclusive revival. It's the launch of Daily Edition. Woo! And true to Cigars Daily form, not going as intended. You know what? If anything goes as intended, the cigars will go as is intended. And that's the entire goal. Even if everything else goes wrong. We're not a technology place. We're a social media company that does the best damn cigar content online. Now, you'll also know up front, I have not lit anything up. I'm just holding precariously these 4 sticks.
Are those cigarettes?
These are not cigarettes. These are 4 sticks. Here's what's going on at the beginning of the show. First of all, my name is Tim. I'm the host of the show. And all of you watching at home, you're the co-host. Your comments and your questions, they're going to drive the episode. Because here, we don't know how to do anything that we're doing. We just really need you guys to post some comments so we know what to talk about. Helping me run this thing behind the camera is Billy the T-shirt and El Rey Del Terrence. Billy went super hardcore on the floral pattern tonight.
Yeah. Last week you asked me to tone it
down. Did I push too hard on that? Did I went too hard?
I
went too hard on it.
I liked last week's shirt a little bit better. This is reminded me of some wallpaper right now.
This looks like
grandma's wallpaper.
I wasn't gonna say my granny, but yeah.
Yeah,
I was thinking more bed sheets.
Grandma's tablecloth turned into a T-shirt.
Mr. Doily shirt over here.
Yeah, bring back the doily. Sitting third chair tonight is Ryan, destroyer of Liga Privadas, who got a haircut.
I did.
And looks like a middle school PE teacher now. So I'm super excited about that. You look very handsome.
Not elementary, not high school, but middle school.
Yeah, middle school.
Got
it. Okay, so we're not smoking anything tonight, and that's because we authentically have 2 very special cigars in the studio that I'm going to tell you about. The first one is, of course, the topic of tonight's episode, and that is the West Tampa Attic Series Daily Edition. I've been talking about this project for a while, and I couldn't be more excited. You guys are going to see some boxes adorned with stickers that look like this. We even have a cigar ring going on some cigars that you'll see sooner or later that look just like this. This is to signify that a cigar has been made for you in the Cigars Daily Nation. You all have a lot of cigars out there that you love and like, but we are working to get blends made that are tailored to the preferences of our community, which is great. I put out a video about this last week. And West Tampa's Attic Series is the first in this release because it was so wildly popular among the Cigars Daily Nation. And I'm not going to lie, I liked it a lot too, which incentivized me to create the project, come up with this, communicate with Rick Rodriguez, and see the thing through from beginning to end. So I got to say, I tell you guys that we're making cigars for you, and that's true. But if I like them, it's a little more likely, I think, that they'll eventually come to the market. All right, there you go. Of course, in addition to that, very, very special guest on the show tonight, and that is West Tampa's Balachi Boulevard.
Ooh.
Okay, so the Balachi Boulevard is another limited edition release from West Tampa that came out and was gone, sold out, disappeared everywhere. We've got just a few of them around tonight. Now, here's the dilemma. Nobody in the studio has lit up anything yet. And that's because I've only got 4 cigars. I have 2 Balachi Boulevards and I have 2 Attic Series. And we're going to draw straws to see who's going to smoke what. Normally before the show, we will have a conversation about what we're smoking. Who's smoking what? We kind of divvy up around the studio. Tonight, I couldn't decide because we have so few Balachi Boulevards. And here's the trick, okay? Will you hand do you have a quarter over there, Ryan?
I got a quarter.
No. He needs a quarter. Ryan needs a quarter. Thank you. Will you somehow transmit that to him? So here's the issue. We all know in the studio that we love the Attic Series. And we also know that we know nothing about the Balachi Boulevard.
Yeah.
So 2 of us are going to light up an Attic Series tonight, and 2 of us are going to light up the Balachi Boulevard. But we are going to draw straws to see who does that. Now, this is, by the way, 100% needlessly complicated. But here's how we're going to do it. We're going to put it on Ryan. In just a second here, Ryan is going to flip that coin, and Billy is going to call out whether heads is the short straw or the long straw. Okay. But whatever he calls out, that's the one who's smoking the Balachi Boulevard. All right. Heads. Am I doing that right?
No,
I'm confused.
How that math?
All right. Heads is the long straw or the short. Heads is the long straw.
but don't you? So
What does that mean?
Wait, okay. So what you're saying is heads is gonna make the long straw.
You know what? You know what?
Worth something.
You know what? Let's cut the coin toss.
okay.
I'm already confused. And I know everyone at home is like first of all, someone has already figured it out. And they're
I was
staring
really
at the
excited
TV.
to show off my coin flipping skills.
You want to flip the coin?
I'll just flip it anyway.
Flip it. Billy, call it in the air.
Well, I think whoever wins
Tails.
the coin toss
Thank
gets
you.
to pick first.
Okay. Well,
It is tails.
it was tails.
Terrence gets to
Terrence calls. Terrence is long straw the Attic Series or a short straw?
Let's say long straw Attic Series.
Long straw is the Attic Series. All right. Now everybody needs to come over here and draw a straw. I get the last one. I get whatever's left.
Everybody's.
I'll be
mad
there in a
at-
minute from my seat
From
way
his
over
seat in
here.
Studio C. All right, Billy. Long straw is the Attic Series. Short straw is the. What'd you get? That's a long straw, by the way.
We don't know if it's long or short
Until you compare it to the other ones that get pulled. There's 2 long and 2 short. All right, Ryan, go ahead and grab one. That's a short straw.
All right, Terrence, it is. I'm gonna grab the short one that looks like it is in your hand. Yes.
It is a short straw. All right. So Billy and I are both smoking the Attic Series, and the 2 of you get to smoke the Balachi Boulevard. Very good. That was needlessly complicated, wasn't it?
No, yes.
All right. That was the goal. So here's the deal.
Now we get to smoke. That's all that matters.
Hold on, I want to get this. Shane says, "What the hell, Tim? What the hell? What are you
I
trying
agree
to
with
do?"
Shane. It took a second, but we got it.
Fail again. That's not wrong. I think. All right. So there we go. Let's see. I'm authentically bummed out because I really want to try the Balachi Boulevard, and I could have easily fixed that so that I could have smoked it, but is what it is. And now my Attic Series, the foot band pulled off a piece of the wrapper leaf. Not my episode, man. I don't like it. I'm going to make a TikTok and I'm going to complain about it to the whole world. All right. I want to take some comments from the fine people watching at home. Louisiana has left the chat.
They didn't understand what was going
They didn't
on.
understand. They were like, what in the world?
There's
Oh
too
my
many
God.
rules here.
All right. We're going to take some comments from all of you watching at home. Matthew says, Tim is batting 1,000 tonight. I promise I uploaded that graphic in the show. And I don't know what happens between the time I upload them and the time that they pop on, but it happens. All right.
Promise this computer don't got root beer on it either.
That not yet.
No,
Not the way we do it. All right. I want to take comments, Billy. So Billy's going to scour the comments. I'm going to grab a couple up front here. David Benedict is on. By the way, not bummed out that I'm smoking the Attic Series because it was definitely, of the 2, it was my second. But here's the thing about that Balachi Boulevard before I take David's comment. I know nothing. I know nothing about that cigar. I can tell you nothing about it other than the fact that people posted it on the internet and they liked it. The blend is undisclosed, wrapper, binder, and filler. They didn't make very many of them, so they went right away. The best we can tell is it's made by Rick Rodriguez, blender of the CEO Flathead Series, blender of the Attic Series, blender of West Tampa, red, white, and black, and a pretty good guy. He's okay. You know what? I like him. All right. David Benedict says, Tim, notice that you got the Foundation Axum cigars in. Does the Matapa become a collector's item? And I think for that, we need to go to Terrence.
Oh, here we
The collector.
Didn't
So-
you?
The
Because you
collector.
literally brought this to me this week.
So what had happened was I found some Axums, but then I was like, yeah, that's cool. That's a great cigar, but I will go find some Matapas and never smoke them. I got a Claro and a Maduro just to put them away. So I could be like, I have the originals, but yeah, I took
This
them as a
is
collector.
this is what I'll say about it. I also have some Matapas at home,
Mhm.
and I intend to bring home a matching number of the Axum to put next to them in my humidor. But, and this is a big fat but, a collector's cigar like that, like one that says Matapa on it just because you can't get the packaging anymore, That's sort of like if you collected like dinosaur fossils or something completely stupid that nobody cares about
and don't exist.
and it's something you will always appreciate. You'll look at it and be like, I got the Matapa, and no one else will ever care.
Nobody
And
cares.
by the way, by the time you're like staring into your humidor and someone's standing next to you that's like, oh my gosh, you got Matapas in there, like be careful because that person's a serial killer. Like no logical person's going to see your Matapas and be like, oh dude,
Oh, that's a Matapa.
mega respect, bro.
However, if Terrence walks into your house, he's going to see it and be like, oh, that's a Matapa.
That's Matapa.
He would give you mad respect.
It would be
I would give
somebody
you a
like
lot of respect.
you a lot of respect. Dinosaurs don't exist. Don't even get me started tonight, Terrence. All right,
Sorry.
let's keep cruising. Billy, get us some more comments.
You know, there was a lot of nice comments tonight. Can we give everyone a little boost in the room?
I could take a boost.
Yeah,
Yeah, go
Tim's
for
been
it.
ripping
Billy,
us
I'm going to
down
have
for
you
that.
read a couple of these so I can focus your camera because we were. Well, I have no excuse. I just didn't focus your camera.
This is from No Renoso. Terrence always got a sweet ass hat on.
You know what? Thank you. Thank
Yep.
you. I appreciate that.
And then we got Mature Black Man. That shirt is fire. He's
The
obviously
shirt is fire.
he was
He's
talking about
clearly talking about Billy's shirt
Oh,
and
he's not
nobody
talking about
else's
my
shirt.
Ralph Lauren polo shirt. No,
And then
He's not talking about Ryan's
Ralph
polo
Lauren
shirt,
polo shirt. Horsepower.
which Ryan's polo shirt is a different shade of like blue or green or something like that. Almost every week. Red. You have a red one.
I think so. Yeah.
right.
You're to dur for fur.
You're
Says Ryan's a good looking dude.
He is a
Agreed.
good looking dude.
Even though he has that cop goatee.
And
Is that a cop goatee?
I believe.
I
it.
Can we
thought
see
cops
that?
have just the mustache. So
It just looked like some guy who's like.
I grew
really-
this when I was 19. It was when I started growing out my goatee. And I've
I
had it
just
ever
miss the
since.
beard, man.
Do
I
you?
just miss
Yeah.
the beard.
Yeah. Okay. Keep going. What else do we got? You get your more.
There's
nice-
no more for
That's the
anybody
total
else.
nice ones.
That was
So
the total nice
so
ones.
the notableness of nice comments is the fact that 3 of them existed.
Yeah.
That tells me that all of you are doing your job in the comments, holding us accountable for all of the jackassery that goes on at this show every single week. Keep posting your cigar comments and questions. By the way, I've been so excited about this daily edition deal, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more. I want to get to comments first, but I'm going to bring you guys a little bit more of that during this episode. And if you have any questions about that, feel free to ask those down below. And of course, I can even be a little bit more telling during the after party on Cigars Daily Plus, which, by the way, if you go to Cigars Daily Plus, you can learn a lot more about this cigar and the daily edition that's going on and everything that's coming up, all these different cigars that are coming out. There's so much stuff. I've literally been on phone calls all week following up on all the irons I got in the fire and all the projects with different vendors that are like, hey, like, how is this cigar coming along? What stage of production are we at? And by the way, packaging is the #1 stopgap for all cigar projects that exist. It's like you hear about when I did the series on the cigar Heartland.
Yeah.
And I went out to Miami and I was talking with Ernesto Perez Carrillo III. And he talks about how his dad, Ernie, takes like 2 years to blend a cigar. That is easily the easier part of creating a cigar, way easier than doing the packaging, which takes way longer. It is so much more complicated. Anyway, I digress. What else we got, Billy? Give me a comment.
Sorry, I got confused. Here we go.
Well,
I
going
know I
around
have
tonight.
one job to do.
You got one job, Billy.
It's
Just click the
confusing.
damn mouse. All right. Andrea Cherry Garcia. Hi, Andrea. She says, I'm having a girly cigar. It's a Deadwood Sweet Jane. I didn't get a chance to grab the Partagas Black Label. Oh, well. Sorry. That's my best girly cigar impression. And she looks very serious in her profile picture, I will say. Which is Deadwood Sweet Jane. She's calling it a girly cigar.
I
But
have seen more men pick that cigar up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
dude.
gonna say.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to just put this out there. Deadwood cigars, kind of like acid cigars, are really popular if you're a chick or a really hardcore biker.
Mhm.
And it doesn't like there's like a limited number of like people groups that cigar flows in. Well, like most premium cigar smokers, this is a pretty wide berth of people. But like with Deadwood, it's either like chicks or like biker dudes, like guys that are like, yeah, man, I wear my sunglasses on the back of my head in the Walmart. Like,
With my Oakley.
With my Oakleys. all right, let's keep going. Now that we've offended all the Deadwood smokers, there's like a guy wearing suspenders, wearing glasses, smoking a Sweet Jane. He's like, I don't know about that. All right, keep going. Give me another one. I saw one that when you get to it, I'm going to be verklempt because it came up in staff meeting. Adam Durfeld. Hello from Tampa. Question. When you cut and light and blow the smoke from the first straw back at the tip of the cigar, does it do anything or is it just for show? LOL. Ha ha ha. So what he's talking about is in all of my reviews, I have this signature move now. Right. And then does that do anything for the cigar? I'll always light a cigar and with the first breath, blow the smoke back on the foot of the cigar. Other than the fact that it admittedly looks awesome when I do it. All it does is show me that the whole foot of the cigar is lit.
Yeah.
There is nothing worse in a cigar review than reviewing an entire cigar and then in post-production realizing that you didn't light it right and you took a bunch of points off because it was burning bad and it tasted terrible and the light was terrible. And I've done that once. And that was the last time I ever did that. I was like, oh, I didn't even light it right. No wonder I gave that cigar a crap score. So yeah, that was something you only do one time. So now I just light it. After I light it, I just blow all over the foot. And you'll watch now, I even turn the cigar to make sure that I'm getting every edge of it. So that is the purpose of that. And people even email in. They're like, man, I love the way you do that.
I love the way you blow, Tim.
Very
They
nice.
can all try it now.
Very nice. I'm smoking a deadwood right in my Harley, and I like the way you blow on it.
All right, let's keep cruising.
Where are the rails?
Where are the rails? Where are the guidelines? We're in the gutter. What's going on there, Billy? Get us another good comment.
Is
There's a
this
lot
the
of
one you were talking about?
JR. No, Billy. Are we going to get the Oliva Year of the Dragon? I need a box.
Yeah, Billy.
Yeah, Billy.
I will talk to my friend Nick and see if he has any.
Why don't you call him right now? I'm sure you have a cell phone number.
I do. I don't want to bother him at home.
You don't want to
Okay.
bother him.
no.
So we're live. We're live.
We're
I get
live.
it,
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
it.
All right. I'm not sure I was fully aware that Oliva had a Year of the Dragon, which again, it's kind of Nick's fault. Isn't it?
Right?
Yeah.
Do I get to blame? I get to blame the cigar makers, right?
Well, the thing is, like, they got to keep it hush hush because Urkagay is gonna start getting mad at people and suing people. So
They only sued one brand. There was like 15 Year of the Dragon cigars, and I should say this: there was only an article about a lawsuit with one brand. All right, we can talk about that more in the after party if it comes up, and I doubt that it will because we'll all forget.
and
all right.
I'm still sober.
Terrence is still sober. He's too sober to say anything. All right, let's keep cruising. I see a lot of great comments. I want to get a bunch of them. Let's get a bunch of comments. Annihilator.
Does keeping a long ash really affect the taste and the burn of a cigar?
So let's talk really briefly about ash, because as I've talked about in my most recent review of the Dunbarton, it was the veins on the leaf I was really going on about.
Yeah.
All right, so ash does serve purpose, like a minor purpose. It does help protect the cherry of the cigar and keep it sort of insulated, and it does to a degree help the burn and stuff like that, but also not super important. Like if you're ashing often, it's not bad. It's not bad for the cigar. Keeping the ash on there for a long time, that's not like super good for a cigar. Like if you knock the ash off, doesn't mean they're bad. But there is an international long ash competition. So even the nerdiest of cigar smokers, the people who would be like, oh my gosh, is that a Matapa next to your Axum? Like even those guys recognize that a long ash is worth something.
Yeah.
And so if anything, it's a dong measuring contest.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
I mean, that's probably the highest value of a long ash on a cigar is that you can look around the room and be like, right, 5 inches.
5 inches.
5 inches is enough. It's enough.
It's enough. It's enough. All right. Get another comment. God, there's so many comments coming in. Oh, some guy from Oklahoma. Well, that's really good. New to cigars. I don't know the Oklahoma accent. It's a Southern accent, right? Oklahoma.
Yeah.
New to cigars. Having an issue lately where my cigars burn well, but produce little to no smoke at all. Is my humidor over humidified? Yeah. I mean, that if it's all your cigars from all the different brands and all they have in common is that they're coming out of your humidor, like, yes, based on the limited amount of information I have about the issue you're experiencing, that does sound like what the issue is. Terrence, What are you doing over there? How come I can see your cigar? Yeah, why are you doing that?
Oh, we're not.
Oh,
gonna
you're
change
doing
it.
a long
We're
ash
not going
thing,
to turn
aren't
this
you?
into a long ash competition tonight. Oh, okay. My fault. My fault.
I can get a longer ash than you. I'm certain of that.
Oh, I can hold on to a whole lot of ash, brother.
All right.
Are we doing this now? I
Listen,
need to know.
bro. This is coming down. Who's
Oh.
ashed their cigar?
Hey,
I
you-
ashed mine.
I have not asked
I
mine,
have
but
not
do
asked
they have
mine.
like competitions where they check the stuff, like checking bats for cork, like checking cigars for wire?
So what you do if you want to cheat on a longest ash contest, it's a toothpick
Toothpick.
because it doesn't leave any evidence.
Oh,
It's like stabbing somebody with an icicle, right? The
But it
evidence
also doesn't hold the ash anymore once it burns, does it?
No, it does. I
Oh.
mean, I authentically have never done it. Do we have a toothpick?
I don't.
I've heard that a toothpick
have a
works,
wooden
but
straw.
doesn't matter. We're doing it. Longest
I've
ash
heard hat
contest
pins and all of that
starts
work
right
too.
now. I've already ashed my cigar.
Tim needed you had to have a little bit of a what do they call that? In golf.
Oh,
A handicap.
I have a handicap. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a -2. I don't know what that means. All right. Robert's like, I smoke deadwoods. Oh no.
Nobody pays me in
Robert,
gold.
you must be a biker.
All right. Let's see. Oops, I grabbed the wrong one, but I like it. It's Aldemir Bald and Beautiful. It says longest ash competition. How are you measuring this?
With a ruler.
There's a tape measure on my desk.
You want it?
Yeah. Would you go get it, Ryan?
You think we're gonna need that, huh?
I think we will probably need it. We can always compare the cigars to each other. We'll measure with a ruler.
It's never good when a bunch of guys are together and pull out a tape measure.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
exactly right. Colin McClurazon says, can't watch this week's episode, guys. Watching The Voice with my wife. I'll be able to tune in after daylight savings. Sorry, Tim. # priorities. Dude, this show is probably not going to get you lucky with your wife. But watching The Voice might.
There's chances.
There's like a 30% chance of that happening. If you're married, you know, like there's like,
We could do a musical show and we would have to sing all of our
I don't sing well.
well.
I'll sing
unfortunate for
one
you.
comment tonight.
already preset at 5 inches.
Ah, excellent. I like it. That is 5. God, 5 inches is really long.
That's huge.
That's huge.
That's huge, man.
It really is 5 inches. Let's put that over there until later. Oh no, not how I pictured it at all. All right, Billy, what do we got in the comments?
Either Julie Floor is doing a Terrence Christmas episode
Okay,
or her middle school neighbor got a hold of her computer.
big fan of this. Julie Floor, Ryan and Billy the Kid always look both lit and dope.
Thank you.
Wow, that's true. You guys do look lit and dope.
Do you know what that even means, Julie?
She read it in the Urban Dictionary.
Yeah.
The paper copy.
The paper copy.
Thank you, Julie.
Does she have the 2018 or the 2019 edition?
They're not a print after that. All right, keep going, Billy. Let's get some more comments. We do have some stuff to do. We have some really decent headlines tonight
Yes.
to talk about and a pick of the week. And of course, I want to go through the Daily Edition thing just a little bit more. But I see comments from YouTube. I see them from X. I see them from Facebook. So let's get a good mix, Billy. I'm looking at the most recent comments. It's up to you. Put them up there now. I'm going to fail this longest ash contest. A cigar in my hands is a lot like a person in, Taiwan going through an earthquake. It's not good and it's not safe. Billy, are there comments?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Ben Strongi. This is the one I've been waiting for.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
He says, got my Billy Chicky Sticky today, and my wife thought I was more excited for that than the rest of my order. I've seen a lot of Billy Chicky Stickies online, and we had a bit of a communication kerfuffle because more people got them than should have, which is fine. I'm good with that. But also Ben Strongi, we were talking about this morning at 8 a.m., weren't we?
Yeah, we had his name somehow ended up.
Can
on
I
some
tell you
kind of
guys
report.
something? We have a monthly report that gets printed out here by Ryan Destroyer of Liga Privada. I'm just going to throw you right under the bus right now. Okay. It gets printed off by Ryan Destroyer of Liga Privadas, and Ben Strongi's name is just on the report.
just there.
It's just there. It's part of the report. It's part of a pie chart on the report.
It's
literally-
it's the name of the pie chart. Actually.
Everybody,
Yes.
like Jim and I were like, what the hell? Why is
What's
Benjamin
Ben Strongi?
Strongi on this report? And it was Ryan's like,
It's aggregate information from the copy and paste whatever thing.
we were like, okay, whatever. We didn't care enough to really do anything about it, but it might be there again next month. So there you go. All right. Let's keep cruising.
He's part of our legacy now.
He's part of the legacy. I want to get to, God, I see so many comments. Billy, take a few more comments and then we'll go to this big stuff. Austin Austin talked with Terrence earlier today. I had a strong plastic smell in my humidor and thought I tasted plastic in my cigars. Thought it was in my head, but he confirmed it can happen. Is this common? You know, I think, but I don't know. That's my problem. I think this, but I don't know it. I think that plastic smell is like in the mind. And I don't know like how a plastic smell would imbue itself on your cigar. Let me just put it this way. I had a humidor that I converted from a wine fridge. And when I say I converted it from a wine fridge, I mean, I went to Walmart and I got an $80 8-bottle wine cooler. And I wanted to make a humidor out of it. And so, you know, I first got it, set it up, and it smelled very strongly like plastic. And I put some cigars in it. And after a while, I could swear that there was this very pungent plastic odor or taste coming off the cigars. And eventually I built a Spanish cedar box and that inserted in there. And I literally put gap filler around the front edge to seal off my Spanish cedar box. So basically the door closes and all there is the Spanish cedar box and the door, and it's sealed away from the plastic. And I still was getting that plasticky taste on my cigars really bad. Everything that came out of that humidor that I lit up tasted mostly like plastic to me. Now, the reason I say I think that this is psychosomatic in your head, like Billy's shirt, is because have you ever tried to infuse a cigar with something?
Oh, yeah.
Terrence, have you done this?
Oh, yeah.
What was the last infusion you attempted?
Ooh, I took a majority of a bundle of Rico Barados and put them into an acrylic jar with coffee beans.
For how long?
I tried to make it 6 months, but a lot of them did not last that long. So like 2 of them made it to the 6 months part.
What did they get moldy?
No. I smoked them all.
Oh, okay. How much coffee infusion did you get from them just sitting around the coffee beans?
The first few, not a whole lot, but by the time I got to those last 2, it was okay, like a little bit added coffee note to it.
So that's my point. If you've ever done this infusion thing on your own at home, short of dipping the cigar into actual bourbon, you can put a shot glass of bourbon into a container, throw some cigars in there, and then you can do this for months, and it will give you a hint of that, but not a really, really strong taste. So when I got that plasticky taste off my cigars, and it was really, really powerful and pronounced, I have to think that something about that was cerebral, because infusing cigars with a taste is not that easy to do. And so if anybody has any comments on this, I'd be interested in taking them. Billy, what do you got? Well, I'm going to take one from Austin. He says, appreciate the response. Also, I want to give a shout out. I'm having an oh yeah moment while having my first El Rey del Mundo.
Yeah.
Wow, what a great cigar for the price.
Yes.
Make a better price than that. That's fantastic. All right. Darren Horton says, I really felt like it's just your mind playing tricks on you. Thank you, Darren. Billy, let's take any comments to help me stroke my ego and agree with what I'm saying. I want to get those ones, like for sure. Never correct.
Just the one.
Never correct. It's just the one.
Just the one.
We did already.
It only took 311 episodes, but we got one.
Somebody agreed with you finally.
All right, Billy, keep them coming, man. This episode is too good. God, it's already 29 minutes. I can hardly believe it. We got a lot to talk about. Give me one more, and then we'll hit some headlines. We got to make fun of New Zealand. This one is from the old man's J Bond. Says, hi, CD crew. Question. I'm about to light up a DE Java Mint after smoking a Camacho broadleaf. Since after my palate's burned out, how long does it take to build more of a tolerance? So a couple of things about this. Number one, this is not the way to encourage your viewers to continue commenting, but I'm going to do it. Palate is spelled P-A-L-A-T-E. The P-A-L-L-E-T is a different kind of palate.
That's the wood.
That's
Maybe
a wooden
he
palate.
burnt some pallets in his fire. I don't know.
He might have burnt his palate. He literally burnt his palate out. But to give you an idea, no, I needed that. All right. Did we lose it? It's gone. Oh,
and it's gone.
and it's gone. It took me a while of smoking, and certainly I've done the same thing. Like you smoke cigars, and then eventually over time you build up your tolerance, I guess, to getting your palate burnt out. And my suspicion is that this is such a different amount of time for everybody that it would be hard for me to tell you, especially because it depends on how many cigars a day you smoke. From the time I got into the cigar industry, I'm smoking 5 to 7 cigars a day. I doubt very much you're smoking that many or that frequently. So that would make it really hard to get to the point where you're, building up tolerance maybe as fast as somebody else. But over time, it will happen. It will work. All right. One more, Billy, and then we hit the headlines. Andrew Farnham. Are you ever going to let us know how the blotchy tastes?
Nope.
Okay. Terrence was all over it. Hell no.
Tastes good.
All right. I want to know how the blotchy tastes. So I'm here. And by the way, our long ash contest has started and I am not winning. Ryan, how are you doing?
Okay.
Let's see.
Got about an inch, maybe.
Yeah, yours is also not burning straight. That's going to annoy Billy. Billy, how are you doing?
I feel like I'm doing pretty good.
Billy's solid. Terrence?
I'm not smoking one right now.
Oh, come on. Come on. There it is.
Yeah.
What is that cigar like?
Okay, so I'm getting some really good espresso notes and a little bit of leather coming off of it. Very little pepper with a little bit of chocolate on the retrohale. So it is very delicious right now.
That's the only NPR cigar review you're going to get on this channel. Very nice. All right. We'll come back to that a little bit later on. Now we got to jump into a segment that we talk about from time to time on this episode called The Headlines. Now, that was the worst intro ever.
Oh,
Dear
goodness.
God. This is what's happening in cigars today. So the first one, I read this today. I literally laughed out loud in my office and then immediately sent it to print for this episode. Here is what it is. New Zealand's government is moving forward with generational tobacco ban repeal. Of course, any of these articles tonight you can learn more about on Half Wheel. It is the headline news central for cigars. God, this episode is just terrible. So here's what's happening. If you guys remember, I covered this in no small amount of detail in the past. New Zealand set out to create a generational tobacco ban. Essentially, what they wanted to do was set a new deadline for how old you had to be to buy cigars and then increase that every year. So basically, if you were born in whatever 18 years ago is now, 2007, 2006, 2007. So then this year, if you were born after 2007, you couldn't buy cigars. Next year, it would be another year, right? 2008. The next year would be 2009. So that eventually the smoking age would go from 18 to 19 to 20 to 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25, and so on. So that every year that smoking age goes up. And generationally, they're just out. Eventually, everybody is too old to smoke cigars. When we talked about this, the very, I think, valid question we have asked is, how the hell does that work when the smoking age gets to be in like 49 years old? And you have to card every individual in every establishment, absolutely everywhere, every single time.
Excuse me, sir.
Sure.
You don't look like a senior citizen.
So I'm sorry,
yet.
sir.
I need
You're
your
not.
ID.
You're not 49 years old. You can't buy tobacco. You've got to be 50. Like a 49-year-old guy's gonna be like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" Like by that time, you've got all the rights that a citizen can have. You're not old enough to do anything. Now, I don't know what the ultimate reason for New Zealand coming back and saying that they're going to repeal this generational tobacco ban. I do know that it's the most ridiculous way to try to sort of legislate people's actions out of existence that I've ever heard. And while New Zealand is getting rid of this, the UK and one other country, it might be Japan, one other country is still moving forward with the same ridiculous law. And since Terrence is, oh crap, I'm a Kiwi from Silver Taniwa. Silver says, argument's sake, a USD $4 cigar costs 45 ins each. Huh.
So is that
That's good to know.
number like 45th?
Yeah.
Is that a first, second, and 45th?
45th.
No, New Zealand dollar.
Oh, New Zealand dollar.
Oh, okay.
Guys, you're supposed to be the culture the
When's the last time you thought about New Zealand?
culture's
Whenever we're
on.
not talking about this tobacco ban.
I mean, I like Lord of the Rings. Most of it was filmed in New Zealand. I think about New
that's
Zealand on a
fair.
ridge.
Okay.
Listen, if you like Lord of the Rings and you don't know what the dollar is, then you're a jackass. All right, let's keep growing and keep going.
growing.
Whatever. Another
our
headline.
Our ashes, that is.
Yeah, our ashes. Thank you, Terrence.
Yes.
Next one. This is the one Terrence just did a bit of a spoiler on.
I fat fingered. I'm sorry, y'all.
Diesel has created a new vintage series,
Mm.
which, if you follow the show, is so exciting for me. The Diesel Vintage Series, which is now the Vintage Series Maduro, just crushed my palate with so much good flavor. It is easily a top 3 cigar for me right now, and I smoke them without any holding back. Now Diesel is shipping the new Diesel Vintage Series Natural, which I have smoked this week, and it is every bit as much fire as a Diesel Vintage Maduro, just in a little bit more mild manner of a wrapper. Great cigar. Another one coming down the pipes. Here's your third headline for the night. Room 101 with the Hit and Run Redux. Now going to be a full-time, full production cigars. Room 101 fans will be excited that the Hit and Run is coming back. I know that I've got mine on the way. That is another one that I got in the office right now. People who love Ernesto Perez Carrillo will be excited to see that the EPC Encore Black has just started shipping to stores. It's really weird. A ton of stuff that never got announced at a trade show is now just like flying out to brick and mortar stores. When I did the Heartland of Cigars series, this is the cigar that I smoked with Ernesto Perez Carrillo III, and it is wildly good.
Oh,
I say that even though I know that the amount that I got isn't, I mean, a fraction of enough of the cigar, but it just is outstandingly good. If you like the Encore, if you like especially La Historia from EPC or the Pledge, this one is going to knock your socks right off your body. And the next one, this is an annual release from Espinosa Cigars. The Espinosa 601 La Bamba Warhead number 10 is shipping out today.
Yay.
Today. That means
Is that
track
a coffin that comes in right there?
That is a if it goes through a scanner in an airport, you're going to have a talking to box right there that is shaped like a bomb. I literally was placing an order for that with my Espinosa rep, and I looked at her and I said, "Well, those are going to be fun to ship." And she looks at her sales sheet. She goes, "Oh." And I was like a little bit worried about it. It's a novelty box. It looks like a bomb. It's going to be fine.
So is that the box or the coffin?
That's the
That's
box.
the box.
That's
That's the
a
box.
10 count box right
That's cool.
there.
La 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 bamba.
La 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 bamba. Wyatt Corey says, "What new vintage? Bye bye bank account. Bye bye."
Agreed.
And it's
And
gone.
It's gone.
Shut up and take my money.
So yeah, the new vintage series is just great. And again, the thing about the vintage series that I love is this at least the Maduro had this very vivid, like plum-like sweetness with just this rockin', very crystal clear, very sharp set of flavor profiles. It just hits my palate so perfectly. And the natural does it without being as heavy and strong. So if you don't like really dark, really heavy, strong cigars, the vintage natural, it's easily one you're going to hear me talk about and say, like, this is a cigar that is a must try. I cannot wait for that. All right, that's going to be in very soon. Let's keep cruising. Give me another comment, Billy. God, my ash is going to fall off. The Guess. Thank you for the super chat. The Guest says, "Thanks for the content. New to cigar smoking, but addicted to the hunt for the perfect cigar."
You and me both, buddy.
That's what the Surgeon General warning on the box should say.
Yeah.
Warning. Shopping for cigars is in and of itself it is an addictive act. All right. Let's keep cruising. Thanks for getting all the super chats, Billy. I saw that one hanging out up there. Shane Hottaling. Billy, please tell Terrence thank you for the dealer's choice. I know that you've done this for somebody. Well, Billy, first of all, you need to tell him.
What?
This is
Oh.
an instruction for you.
Sorry.
Do you read these before you put them up on the screen?
No.
Billy's
Wait,
like,
I'm
what do we do?
supposed to read these? Terrence, Shane Hotling says, "Thank you for the dealer's choice."
You're welcome, Shane. And thank you, Billy.
Do you have any idea what you dealers chose for him?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I don't
Yeah.
remember.
That's the the Terrence I know. All right. That's the guy. But we all do that. We always get thanks for like, hey, thanks for answering that humidor question for me the other day. And it's like, the what? For who now? What did I do?
I do
Refresh
like
my
3 of those a
memory.
day.
That's exactly right. I'm feeling nervous. My ash is starting to get a little flaky on my cigar here.
Mm.
And so I'm worried that it's thinking about falling off.
Look at Ryan's. His is impressive right now.
Yeah, Ryan is
He already
crushing
took his band off. He about it. He about it.
it. He's not going to let it go.
That band knocks off the ash. when you're
Ooh,
trying to tear it
Billy's
up.
is really strong too.
There's a trend right now on TikTok, just so you guys know, about a hamster thing and a sunroof.
Oh no!
And I just got to tell you,
no,
y'all-
doing a split over the sun.
y'all are looking for that right now in the comments. Okay, y'all are looking for that.
Oh no!
A lot of housewives walking past the TV being like, I've seen that on TikTok.
Are you talking about a thirsty hamster?
That's what I'm talking about. there. Yep.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's fine, Billy.
The
Your
amp-
wife
no.
will comment in. I'm sure that she will. And on the way home, you'll be buying a car with a sunroof. Okay, let's keep. Let's get another comment here. Billy is Googling thirsty hamster right now.
Is your computer hooked up to anything that it shouldn't be?
Yes,
I'll
it's
take
connected
some
to
comments,
everything.
Billy. So just don't watch anything. Chris Sosa says, I mean, Tim, you've been waving that thing around like a wizard at Hogwarts. I'm surprised the ash hasn't fallen off yet. I know.
Wingardium Leviosa.
My cigars get motion sickness when they're here. Okay, I'll take a few more of these. Tim, you're not smoking that thing. See, Papa Maxi. Thank you, Papa. Yeah, that is my issue. I do most of the talking on the show, I feel like, for the most part. And so yes, I do not smoke as much of it as typically most of the other guys do. Okay. Chase called it. Your cigar is motion sick. 100% is. Keep dropping your guys' cigar comments and questions down below. We're going to keep taking them. Billy, have you done it now?
I figured it out.
I put it together. All right, very good. And
Yeah,
5
yeah.
inches.
all right, and then Frankie Deuces says Tim is doing the Trump motion with his hands. That Ash has no chance. Frankie, you're the first person that I've ever seen in the comment point out that I have the Trump hand motion, and I notice it when I do it, although it feels very natural to me. But I'm not Donald Trump, which could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on who you are. About half the audience feels like it's good, half of them are so on it. All right, I want to do a segment we do every single week on this show called the Cigars Daily Nation Pick of the Week. Listen, we honor a lot of different types of cigar smokers on this show. Some people do it better than others. I feel like this dude is not only doing the cigar smoking thing right, I feel like he's doing a lot of parts of life very right. Take a look right here. This is coming from the Cigars Daily Nation Facebook group from Brenton H. He says, turned into a Steve Saka Saturday to celebrate my son's 21st. My son and I both had the Bewitched, and my daughter had a Sobre Mesa Brulee Blue. Great night with my kids.
That's awesome.
So you can see Brenton, he's standing, first of all, at an interior room inside his house, which means he is the king of his domain
Yeah,
because he smokes in his house, okay?
he's ballsy.
He's got the cojones. And he's got the big ass TV on the wall, just a beautiful looking smoking lounge there with his wonderful, beautiful kids, all of them smoking cigars. And he's looking at the camera just like,
Yeah.
checkmate, MFers. Like, this is what I see when I look at this guy. He's got it all figured out. Super thick beard. Jealous of that. Congratulations, Brenton. If you guys can reach this level of parenting and life, you've succeeded pretty much no matter what it is. I like that. All right, Billy, what else is happening in the comments? Jim Liggett. Nope, Liggett. I'm going to go with that. What does natural mean? This is one of the best, most poignant questions we've ever gotten on this show. Terrence, do you even know what natural means?
Ooh, I want to say I really don't have a great answer for this, but I know it's not going to be the shade grown, so they don't do anything extra.
Oh, I missed it.
Ash fell off.
And it's gone.
And it's gone.
And then there were 3.
Dang it.
I mean, how much of your cigar do you got left? You could come back.
Yeah, he still has 2/3 to go.
I'm not even going to try again, dude. I'm waving my hands around too much.
I'm still
It's
laughing about waving your cigar like a wizard at Hogwarts. That's pretty
a-
good.
That was pretty good. Yeah.
So I'm gonna answer this, and then I'm gonna go look it up on Cigar Aficionado. So guys know Cigar Aficionado has a cigar terms glossary.
Yes.
Nice.
All right.
I'm on
So-
there about once a week because there's still things I need to learn.
In my mind, oh wait, I just saw it. Tim said Jim Legay. All right, thank you, Paul. Very, very mature. Then I put it on the screen like a grown up. So natural to me is basically a term used for cigars that fundamentally what it means is sun grown.
Mhm.
Like there's sun grown wrapper leaf, and then there's also Maduro wrapper leaf, and there's shade grown wrapper leaf. So natural is basically the middle of the road. It's not a Maduro. It's not the dark stuff. It's not a Connecticut. It's not the light stuff. It's sort of the middle of the road. And these are terms that started to grow out of the original terms like Claro, Double Claro, Maduro. Those are the sort of the original terms for the shade of color on a wrapper leaf. Then it sort of grew into, you got your Connecticut, you got your natural, and your Maduro. And for a long time in America, those were really the main terms used for a wrapper leaf on a cigar. Now we've got such educated consumers that natural doesn't carry much of a meaning anymore. Sun-grown does because it describes the nature of the wrapper, that it was grown in the sun. But even more than that, we're interested in where did that wrapper leaf come from? Is it a Ecuador Sumatra or a true Indonesian Sumatra? Is it an Ecuador Connecticut or a Connecticut River Valley Connecticut shade Connecticut wrapper, right? Is it broadleaf? Is it Mexican San Andreas? We care about those finer details, and manufacturers are working to give us that information. That is my answer as to what the word natural means. Now I'm going to go here to the glossary on Cigar Aficionado, and they say this: natural, when it comes to the wrapper leaf on a cigar, means a medium brown colored wrapper, also referred to as Colorado Claro. So yes, I'm going to declare myself correct and say it's just brown. Basically what any regular sun-grown wrapper leaf is going to be. That's what natural is. Now, interesting point about the natural wrapper leaf. It's also, well, at least some cigar makers believe that it is not allowed to be on packaging anymore. Perdomo changed all of their packaging from natural to sun-grown because the FDA has determined that some terms are not clear enough to be used by the cigar industry. There was a company that made a organic cigar, and they called this cigar Reserva Organica. If you guys know who I'm talking about,
Oh yeah.
the Plasencia.
Yes.
Reserva Original. It used to be called the Reserva Organica. The FDA said no, at least the story goes, and what I heard is the FDA said you cannot put the word organic anywhere on cigar packaging. It might be misleading to people about the health implications of it. Similarly, that's the same idea with the word natural, that if you put natural on it, people are going to suddenly be like, oh my God, that sounds like it's good for me. I better do something. So so you're seeing some people get rid of the word natural off packaging, but most cigar makers, I think, are kind of letting it ride. All right. Quick says, where is Steve Saka when you need the authoritative answer on anything on the show? Damn you, Quick. You're right. All right, Billy, let's get some more comments.
You're getting called out.
Oh.
By who?
A
Are they
viewer.
correcting me or are they calling me out? I want to be clear.
They're trying to correct you.
Uh-oh.
Trying. Let's see that. Dominic Verganetti says, and just a note, you keep describing Maduro cigars as stronger. All right. Okay. That is totally false. Now you're getting a voice. That is totally false. Typically, sun-grown wrappers provide more spicy, stronger flavor on the palate, spelled like a wooden palate,
But just missing the E.
and spelled wrong for wooden palate. All right, Dominic, you're not wrong. Well, you're not wrong about the first part. Say that Maduro cigars are stronger. Listen, here's the deal. In a very broad general sense, darker cigars are stronger. Like they do have darker flavor notes and more strength in a very general, very broad sense. In a very specific sense, you're right. That's not true. A darker cigar is not always stronger. And I'm thinking about a couple of cigars here. One of them is the Macanudo Inspirado Black. That's the one
Yes.
we typically talk about.
Yep.
Today, I smoked the Arturo Fuente Chateau Fuente Queen Bee,
Ooh.
which I'm sure that when I do the research, which I have not done yet, is going to say that it has either just a Maduro or a broadleaf wrapper. But it was very, very medium. It wasn't anything like what I sort of expected it to be like, because I expect darker cigars to be stronger. Like the West Tampa Attic series is a very strong cigar. Full strength, full flavor, very dark flavor notes. You get your leather in there. You get dark woods like oak. There's still a nice sweetness to this flavor. But yes, Dominic, you called me out correctly right there. Thank you. I appreciate it. Ask
does not
Nick
appreciate
Perdomo, who, by the way, Nick Perdomo will tell you that the Perdomo Champagne is a full strength cigar.
Yes.
And it really is. For a Connecticut shade, it is a very, very strong cigar. And you're right.
Has a good nick kick to it.
All right. Well, let's keep going. All right. I got this. BMO says, just got to say, I love what we learned from Tim at Cigars Daily. I don't know. Can you really call it learning, though? Not according to Dominic. Not tonight. All right. Let's keep going.
With how this show's going, we ain't learning a whole lot.
We're learning a whole lot tonight. How's our long ash going? Are we ready to measure?
Mine definitely ain't 5 inches.
Still depressed that this is 5 inches, by the way.
Billy's is really impressive. I'm not.
Billy is crushing it. In a minute, I'm going to have to come around and measure these. Terrence, are you hiding your success?
Yes,
Have you even been smoking yours?
I might
He's
be.
not been smoking.
I
this
have
time.
been smoking.
I lost first because I have a hand quakes. All right, Billy, let's get some more comments from the fine people watching at home. Let's leave this 5 inches here as a reminder. Everybody's wives are watching. They're like, what? Drew Kelsey says, Tim, can you hint about any different daily editions that will be made? Thank you for asking about that. So I made a video about this last week that we're doing this project called Daily Edition Cigars. And obviously the first one, because I'm so excited about it, is the West Tampa Attic series. This was a limited edition cigar that came out last year. I raved about it. I ranted about it. Then one day I called my good friends at West Tampa. I said, I need more Attic series. And they said, we are out. That was limited edition. And I was really taken back. And you guys would be amazed at how often I don't even realize that a cigar was limited edition. Like the Cosecha 146, the original one.
Yeah,
That was another one from Placencia. Like one day I ordered it and they're like, no, we don't have any more.
It didn't give you a clue when the 149 came out?
No. I just thought we were going to eternally release Cosecha cigars. I was going to kind of be half the humidor at some point. That being said, when this was gone, I was so bummed out about it. So as I was putting together the Daily Edition project, I called Rick Rodriguez. But here was the goal. The goal was to come out with collaborative cigars made with the best cigar makers out there that are either a revival of limited edition cigars, a brand new brand or blend entirely, and I've got a couple of those on the way, or a new iteration of something that already exists, right? Either we take a blend and we change it, we make it a little bit better or a little bit different in such a way that it gives you something unique and interesting. And then this is all part of the Daily Edition line. And I can talk more on Cigars Daily Plus during the after party. We're going to go to that very soon about exactly all the specific nature of this, but I can't tell you absolutely everything here. But I can tell you this. The next thing coming out from the Daily Edition project is going to be a release from Oscar Valderez. And I'll say this. I have pictures coming, and I really want to show them to you because the cigars are already in production right now. In fact, they're done being rolled. They're resting right now. You guys have heard of the Leaf by Oscar.
Yes.
You've heard of the Leaf
I've
by
heard of
Oscar.
this, yes.
You've heard of Leaf by Oscar. Everybody behind the cameras, you've all heard Leaf by Oscar.
I'm a familiar. Yes.
Okay. What you have not heard of is the Earth by Oscar because it's brand spanking new. This is the next Daily Edition release. They're right on the band. It will say Earth by Oscar Cigars Daily Edition. And that will be a Daily Edition cigar. It's not going to have this fancy band on it. I really thought that the gold band, by the way, would have crushed that sort of like very natural look and feel that, you know, the Oscar, the Leaf by Oscar and the Earth by Oscar, it's all kind of in the same vein. So it's going to have the same tobacco paper band as the Leaf by Oscar. It is going to be a different blend at first with a Corojo wrapper and then eventually a different line with a full set of wrappers on it. We're going to do a couple of very interesting things with it. Really cool stuff. Been cool to work with Oscar on a project with the company Oscar Valderez. Liking all that stuff. And then the other ones coming out, I've already mentioned this list, but I'll mention it again. Other projects that we're working on this year. There's going to be one from, my gosh, Oliva Cigars. And then there's going to be a couple of them from Diesel Cigars. We got a project coming out with Aganorsa, and much later this year, we're also going to be doing a project with Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. So that's exciting. Now that I've announced that, unless I piss off Steve Saka so much that he doesn't do it.
Which is very much in the realm of possibility.
Which is very much in the realm of possibility. I don't think that Terrence is speaking out of turn there. So if, fingers crossed, if I don't speak out of turn or say something about one of Steve Saka's cigars about the veins in the leaf that makes him say like, that son of a bitch. All right.
Can we just talk about how Steve Saka will like take something somebody says and write 3 paragraphs about it on Instagram? Because I know typing on Instagram isn't the easiest thing to do when you're making a post.
Yeah, I know.
I love reading Saka essays. They're great.
Dude, I asked Steve Saka like 4 years ago to write a foreword to in his Cigars Daily Review Journal, which he hasn't done. He could literally write a Facebook post and I could just publish it in the book as a foreword to a book because they're all so long. All right.
You just gotta get him mad enough to where he talks about like this bald son of a like, and this just go on about you
And have
like,
him do it
perfect.
on my phone on speakerphone and then have a talk to text thing going right next to it.
Yes.
That's not a bad idea.
And then throw it through to like ChatGPT, you know, just pizzazz it up a little
Pizzazz
bit.
it up. All right, Billy. Billy, who is
Hamster.
hamstering it up
Some
right
wheel. Some roof.
now. What do we got in the comments, man? I know you got some good ones picked out. You've been itching to get. The guess. Thank you for the super chat. Can you describe the difference between West Tampa white, black, and red? My local brick and mortar said that he would buy the red or black, but I hear good things about the red. So he's going to get the red or the black. He's not going to get both of them. So I know that the white, so it has to do with, as far as binder and filler go, I don't know the specifics, but wrapper leaf is definitely the biggest difference between these 3 cigars. The white, I think, is Habano. I'm pretty sure. The black is like your Maduro. The red is definitely a Mexican San Andreas wrapper. And now that with Rick Rodriguez at West Tampa, the place where he shines the most is these very rich, very dark cigars.
Mhm.
It's what he's known the best for. It's one of the reasons the Attic series is such a crushes it. People love it so much. It's why we brought it out of retirement to kick this off with the Daily Edition cigars. The Balachi Boulevard that the other 2 guys are smoking on the show tonight. That's another one, dark, rich profile. There it is right there. Ryan's is looking really good. And so I would say if you're going to go for one, easily the most popular in the catalog right now is the red series. That's the one that everybody's going gaga for. So if your guy at your local shop's going to get one of them, I mean, the best bang for his buck is going to be the red series. That's the one that everybody loves West Tampa for right now. That's what I would say. I did a smoke down between the 3, and I was surprised. I authentically picked the black over the red. Even though when I walk across the shelf, I still look at the red like, oh man, that's the cigar that I've got.
Probably just because it's newer and shinier. That's the new thing.
The
right?
red is it's the one you love,
yeah,
right?
That's definitely one of my top 10 go-tos.
I'm going to have you smoke the black and red next to each other and see if you still like the red more than the black.
Okay.
All right. We got time for just 1 or 2 more comments before we head over to the after party. Of course, Cigars Daily Plus is where you can learn more about some of the cigars we're talking about tonight, like the Daily Edition Cigars, the West Tampa Attic series, but also a very, very limited, very special detail on Balachi Boulevard. So that will be over there as well. We're going to head there for the after party. That's where this show continues without the prying eyes of big tech like Facebook and YouTube and X, Elon Musk. All right. The next one is from Lawrence Williams. Will there ever be a stronger variation of the Filthy Viking? Would love to see that happen, please. I'm not going to lie to you. The factory made me a Filthy Viking Maduro, and I hated it. It was just terrible. Now, that's not to say that a Filthy Viking Maduro is not possible and couldn't happen at some point in the future. What I'm saying is that when the factory did what they did, which I can only assume is rolling a Filthy Viking and putting a Maduro wrapper rather than the Honduran Habano wrapper on it, it was not a great blend. So I told them that's not a cigar we're ever going to make. Did not love it. That being said, that like a Filthy Viking Maduro is when you would have to, intentionally blend to offer a specific strength, but also something that that is very special to the Filthy Viking, which is this creamy, buttery note. So that would be a hell of a blending thing to do. I'd have to sit down with the blender and be like, I need you to make me a Maduro that tastes like butter. And he would look at me and be like, ¿Qué? And I would be like, yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do, bro.
Necesitamos
Necesitamos más
mantequilla.
mantequilla in my cigar, por favor. All right.
I've got bad news for everybody.
It fell off and you just put it back on like that?
No. I saw a wiggle. I was like, that ain't holding on.
Now you got a flat top cigar, dude.
Yep, it looked like Kid and Play.
It's concave.
Concave. All right, Terrence is out. I'm out.
I'm out.
Only other two people in the long ash contest are Ryan, Destroyer of Liga Privadas, whose nickname now comes off as pretty ironic considering the fact that he's beat out both me and Terrence,
Yep.
and Billy, who is highly committed to his back there.
Man, that's almost
And who
half the cigar right there. I'm
appears to be
impressed.
winning. All right, if you guys want to know anything about how the Long Ash contest is going to play out and get the final details on the Daily Edition project, you're going to have to continue watching this episode on the community on Cigars Daily Plus. This is where we can do our thing our way. Creating an account is free and easy. It requires your name, a username, an email, and a password, and that's basically it. You're in. But server space is limited over there, which is how I'm now saying this, okay? It's my spiel. Eventually, I'm going to find a guy who knows enough about these things that we'll get it sorted out.
You need a guy that talks like the Micro Machine guy that says a bunch of stuff really fast at the very end of like commercials and stuff.
Yeah,
That's what you need.
that's what I need.
There's your disclaimers.
All right, guys. Stay tuned with us for another great episode next month, where the intro will be, or next week, dear God, where the intro and the ending of the show
Next
will
month,
both
too.
be more coherent than this entire
It
episode
may take
was.
us next month to get corrected.
That's exactly right. Thank you guys again so much for joining us here. And by the way, the Daily Edition thing, this is very special to me. So thank you for sharing in this time with us. I'm really excited for the stuff that we're bringing you guys. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. My main goal is to bring you guys the best damn cigar content online, which is what we've set out to do from day one. And many of you feel like that's what we're doing. So thank you for your support. But the opportunity to bring you guys new blends and new, iterations of blends and bring back limited stuff like we're doing, that is such a cool and very special part of what we get to do here. And so for those of you who are sort of endeavoring on this with us with the Daily Edition Cigars, thank you very much. I hope that they rock your world every bit as much as they've rocked ours here, because we are all smoking these and testing them and being excited to bring them before you. So have a great week. We'll see you guys on the after party. And if not, stay tuned for another episode next Monday. This is Tim and the whole crew signing off, unless you're going to the after party. Then we'll see you there. Bye now.
Live your lives.